Okay, hey Capricorn, this is Tara from Tara's Tarot. I'm here with your August reading. I'm just going to kind of go through a couple points and kind of just say what's connecting for me, and then we'll kind of go through the cards and get deeper with it. I do offer private readings. If anyone wants, email me, Tara at Tara's Tarot. Usually takes a week, up to 2 weeks, and much more in depth than this, but you can email me if you want to talk about it. Okay, so Capricorn, what's going on for you this month? So it feels like something's being born, like something's developing, and you're starting to see the fruits of that in your environment. Like there's starting to be signs that this thing is, cultivating and sprouting. So there's definitely something behind the scenes that is taking shape, that's taking the time needed to germinate and come to fruition and grow within your life. So that's looking really like positive and abundant. And there's a lot of new joy, new love, new fulfillment also coming in. But then there's this aspect here that seems like, I don't know if you're afraid or scared or believing in the worst or kind of thinking negatively, or just you're not sure where things are going. Things appear dark. You don't really know the road ahead. You might feel nervous, like you don't really want to take a step forward, like you're not really sure what to do because you don't really see a clear path ahead. And I feel like you might be feeling defeated or exhausted. Like, is this really right? Do I want to give up? Do I have what it takes? Can I really see this through? But yes, it looks like this is just part of kind of persevering and being determined and pushing through any of the doubt and any of the negativity, because it's supposed to be happening this way in your experience for your own good and for your development. So it's kind of saying push through, don't give up, keep going, but you might be feeling a lot of anxiety and like things are topsy-turvy right now, or like you can't get a really good sense of groundedness or security. Now there's a big surprise coming up in the near future, so we definitely have to look at that, and then we're going to get to the outcome. But this looks like for you guys there's a whole new dawn coming to life. There's a whole new beginning, and there's something that is ending, but there's something amazing that's left or being created from that. So I feel like you're in this kind of transformational period where you're facing fears and moving forward, and there is this beautiful meant to be thing that's developing and growing in your life and is working on being born, and you're starting to kind of see in the environment the effects of this starting to come to life, starting to sprout. And there's a lot of promised joy that's available to you, but it's just kind of working your way through the fear and not really having a clear picture of how this is transpiring. So let's look at the cards. All right, present energy. We've got the 6 of Pentacles here. So this could be like, this is kind of when, you get a gift from the universe, or the universe kind of balances itself out. So those with something to give, and those that it's time to receive. Now, I always kind of look at this like this is the person this is talking about, but it could be vice versa. So for example, if this is you, you're receiving something right now, whether it's an inheritance, whether it's an investment, whether it's an extra $100, whether it's something besides money, but something that's tangible that will help you, a resource, someone, a business partner, or whatever it may be. You're receiving something that's needed, something practical that is fortuitously given to you. Now this could be also you. So say you're the investor, say you're investing in something, or you're giving something of yourself, of your time. So this could be either one of those scenarios, but it seems like maybe this is tied up into what is starting to grow and starting to build in the environment. We have the Page of Pentacles. So you know, the seeds you've planted are starting to sprout. There's actually real, tangible kind of proof being shown that this is starting to work, that this is something to continue investing in and continue nurturing and continue to make thrive as it continues to grow. So I don't know if this is, like, for example, if this is a business, you know, it seems like you got the funds and then things are starting to kind of morph into shape and grow and be cultivated in a real way. Now, underneath the reading, the subconscious, what's really driving this energy, what's working behind the scenes, is the Empress. So again, this theme of cultivation and germination. So the Empress is, the analogy is, you know, the pregnant woman, the feminine energy, the yin to the yang, receiving, holding the space for energy to be, holding the space for things to grow, to be born, to come through into this reality. So this is just that fertile abundance that's simmering behind the scenes, and it's time for whatever is being created in your life right now to this is like the nurturance phase. Like it's taking the time it needs to take until the time is right. So you might not see anything happening right now. You might feel like, you know, nothing is coming yet, and I'm nervous, and I feel like I don't see the signs yet. But that's just because this is the time when everything's being nurtured, and the pieces are coming together, and things are lining up in the way that they need to be in order to be born. So this is looking really, you know, promising. A lot of fertility, a lot of whatever goals you have, whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been investing into. It seems that there's a lot of energy that's allowing that to grow and to form. And it also seems like there was something positive in the recent past. I just want to touch on this, Six of Wands. So there was some kind of victory or some kind of good news in the recent past. So maybe you just got word that things can move forward, or you got unexpected good news about whatever this venture is. So I feel like things are going well for you. Things are developing. You're getting the needed practical resources. You're seeing things start to develop and sprout, and things are taking the time they need, the divine timing they need to really take shape and form, you know, and be ready to come into the world. Now, that said, crossing you in the present, we've got the Nine of Wands, which makes me feel like you might be feeling like you're exhausted, like you're continuing to face obstacles, like you've been in this for a long time and you've really dedicated your all and invested your energy and your time and whatever towards this goal, and you're just like, is it there yet? Is it here? I don't know how much more I can go. I don't know. I'm spread thin. You know, but the whole message here is, this is Odysseus. He's been away for 20 years. And it's like this, there's his home he's been trying to get to, his wife. And there's this one more little obstacle. And they can't even, I don't even know, maybe they can't even see this from where they are. And it seems like they're gonna, all is lost. But it's not. That's the whole point. Keep pushing, keep going. You're almost there. You do have what it takes. This is kind of like, okay, take a deep breath. You know, pedal to the metal, don't give up. You've already done so much, and so much the seeds have been planted. So keep going, push through, don't give up, and try not to doubt. But you probably are exhausted, but that's okay. Use your last reserves that you have to keep focus and keep pushing through. Now, okay, so there's another message here about feeling lost, feeling afraid, maybe, you know, believing in illusion or having a negative track play in your mind. So let's go over this. So you're showing up as the moon energy. Overhead, we've got the devil. So this is like the conscious, what's appearing on the surface level. And then in your emotional zone, we've got your hopes and fears, we've got the Eight of Swords. So this is you, your consciousness, your emotion, hopes and fears. Okay, right? So something's going on there. So starting with the moon, the moon's all about not seeing things clearly, not being given all the facts, and things are kind of in a distorted phase right now. Why is the moon happening? Because the moon is kind of a way to be thrust into our subconscious and kind of have everything come up to be examined, to be released, to be healed. There's something that is cleansing about this, but it can feel like we're kind of walking around in the dark, like we don't really have a firm sense of what's around us or what's happening, and it can feel very vulnerable and very discombobulating. We can't see the way, or something might look a certain way and look like a threat when it's really not. So it's kind of just like hard to get a grip on our gut instincts. We're in this moonlight. So imagine, in the dark, you can't see things, your imagination starts to run wild. So whenever the moon comes into your experience, a good way to look at it is like things are seeming blown out of proportion and so heightened, just like a full moon, all the weird stuff that happens with a full moon, animals reacting to the energy of the moon, whatever. So things aren't really as they seem. If you're feeling anxious and kind of freaking out, that's just this enhanced energy of the moon. And it's meant to enlighten you in some way about what's kind of been buried or what's within. So it's normal to kind of feel a little crazy with this energy. And it'll pass, but you're meant to go through this, okay, for a reason. Now, your hopes and fears, the Eight of Swords. So this is a lot of fear about, just fear, really. Not really wanting to take a risk or move or say something or do something because what if this happens? What if that happens? Feeling trapped, feeling paranoid and anxious to the point where we just kind of don't want to do anything. And we're afraid of like taking any movement anywhere. But that's letting the fear kind of win and kind of control you, So you might be feeling very anxious or overly emotional or overly vulnerable. But things are going well. Things are developing. So it's okay. It's just the perception right now might seem unrecognizable or threatening, but it's just the obscurity of the moon energy, okay? Now we also have the devil hanging overhead. Okay, so the devil represents any illusion that we are kind of wrestling with, and how to overcome the illusion and how to free ourselves from any fear that's entrapping us from the devil, any obsession that's not good for us, any attachment that, like, if we have a habit that's a little too extreme, alcohol, negative thinking, an abusive relationship, whatever it might be that we have to free ourselves from and overcome. So this is making me feel like it's about kind of pushing through and facing those fears. And it might feel, though, like it's hard for you to feel comforted and have a sign or listen to your gut, because things are so, seem so distorted. Now, near future, we've got the Tower. So I want to look at this. I want to get a clarification card on this, because the Tower is great because anything that was an illusion, anything that was keeping us inhibited and holding us in is just blown out of the water, and we are released from it. We can see what was an illusion. We can see the truth. It is completely liberating. But depending on how much we are attached to that tower that we've built, whatever story we're telling ourselves and whatever we want to believe in that might not be really true and really how it seems, it might be hard for some of us to let go of that, or so it could be a rude awakening, or it could be an awesome waited for liberation. So let's see what this has to tell us. Get a little more information on that. Okay. So what is this Tower energy coming up for Capricorn in the near future? What is the nature of this Tower energy? How is this going to manifest? How does this tie into what's going on with them? What can you tell us about this Tower energy? What can you tell us? Tower, 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 Tower. Clarification for the Tower. What's going on with the Tower for Capricorn? Okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords. So anxiety. Let me get one more. One more for the Tower. Why is there anxiety, though? What's the point? Why is this Tower happening? Tower. Okay. So this is like spiritual wisdom. Or like a collective group. Okay. So the Tower might be freeing you from for some of you, like some kind of group that isn't really good for you. Okay, so if you, for example, are in, have a tight-knit family, but the family's very controlling and oppressive, and they don't support what you want to do, and it's kind of, you're kind of stuck in that, and not, this is like a way to break free. This is life coming in and going, we are helping you get out of this situation, and get rid of this anxiety, and get rid of this control you feel from other things. Now, this could be anything. This could be like a corporation, a tight structure that you have to work with. This could be, you know, a religion, and kind of having doubts about your religion and how you choose to express yourself and believe, and your relationship with God. But I feel like this is freeing you, and it's a really, really good thing. But for some of you, it might feel like it might bring a lot of anxiety and like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I didn't expect this. I didn't plan for this. What do I do? You know, and then the Eight of Swords here in the hopes and fears. But, you know, this is meant to be. This is fated. So whatever this is removing from your life is truly meant to go. And it really is so you can, because it's like, you know, this has been built on false foundations where it's not going to support you in the long run. You're going to be investing in something and continuing to invest in something that will not survive. So God comes in and goes, you know what, I know you're not getting this message yet, so we're going to help you and just force this thing to crumble and be revealed for what it really is, so that you can build on strong foundations and really be authentically, have a more authentic experience, and, you know, see the truth. So this is a good thing. If you feel freaked out by this, it's okay. You know, allow yourself to feel that way. Face those fears. Let that out. Remember, the devil is here. So this is also an opportunity for you to free yourself in a new way, to face some fears that are still holding you hostage in a way, or if you feel attached to something or connected to something you don't want to be connected to, or if something feels like it's taking away your freedom. Okay, these are all themes that you're being given the opportunity right now to look at and overcome, you know, to free yourself. And it might be that, you know, what is developing behind the scenes that there's something new for you, that there's something better for you, that there's something that the universe and God has in store for you and has planned for you. You know, these are all fated cards. This is all meant to happen this way. And it's going to be a beautiful, great thing, but it's just whatever is kind of standing in the way or taking you on another track or preventing you from moving into that space is kind of being brought up right now to move past that. And the Tower looks like it comes in and frees you and releases you. You know, and you as the Moon are like, what is happening? It's dark. I can't see. I don't know, like, scary things are around me. I don't know I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's dangerous. I'm feeling all lost and on my own, and my emotions are going crazy. It's a full moon, you know, it's that. So that makes perfect sense that it's just like you have to trust that you're being moved in this direction for a reason and a purpose. And it's, you know, bringing, this is the second clarification card for the Tower, the light, the truth, the wisdom on the scroll, the wisdom from above. It's bringing that to earth. It's bringing that to you so that you won't be in this illusion anymore. But instead you'll be freed from that, and you'll be getting, you know, the downloads, like getting the information, seeing the light, getting the truth, getting guidance, understanding how to move forward. And that's what this is. It's like a cleanup for your life. The outcome, we've got the Ten, well, I'll go through them all in a bit, but the Ten of Swords and the Judgment card, you know, something is being removed from your life that's not good for you, that's draining you, that's giving you the same results time after time after time after time. And this is finally when enough is enough, and it's being removed from your life, and it's done. Like, this is when we realize there's nothing good coming from this situation anymore, and it's enough. See how the sun's rising in the back? It's enough. This is done. We're ready for something new, because it's, you know, going through tough times can teach us, but if we're just torturing ourselves and not getting the message, and we're continuing to put ourselves in a situation that's not good for us, there is nothing coming from that. It's just a dead end. And it's only torturing ourselves. So this is being removed. So something in your life is being removed, is being cleansed. And, you know, God's behind it. Like, this is all part of the perfection of the universe unfurling, you know. And we have the Judgment in the outcome. So this is showing, yes, there is a whole new future for you. There is a bright, new, brand new start. There's another, you know, it feels like another brand new life you're stepping into, brand new potential, brand new, like a brand new dimension. The slate is clean. This is when we get to walk away from our past, but in a way that feels good because there's closure, and we can get excited about what awaits us. You know, it's like, okay, time to wake up out of your grave. Guess what? We've got a different world for you out here. Yay! So that's the power here. Something new. You're being prepared for something new. You're on your way for something new. Your life is going through this beautiful, new, fresh energy. So there's something developing. There's something building for you. You're going to start to see the effects, and you're going to start to get those little signs and signals that, yes, there's good stuff in store. Things are starting to happen for you. Things are starting to grow for you. And life is being restructured in a positive way for you, to free you, to release anything that's not good for you and weighing you down, and enabling you to come into this whole new, fresh phase. And also with the Judgment card, you know, we see the truth with the Judgment card. We get all the answers with the Judgment card. We see how everything up until now has mattered, and now we see what is ahead. We're not in limbo. We're not stuck. We see it clearly. It's bam. So now, continuing on with that in the outcome, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this looks to me like this is a really good new beginning where there's a lot of security, there's a lot of abundance, there's a lot of feeling grounded and taken care of. This could be about a family, this could be about a home, an estate, this could be really anything that you're working on developing or that you can see in front of you, and you just feel like you've been able to build something that's gonna last, has staying power. We've also got in the outcome the Hermit. So this is saying there's, you know, new wisdom to be gained. There's some importance right now for you, you know, as you move through these changes, to reflect and gain, kind of get some answers and gain some wisdom. You know, why am I going through this? What am I supposed to learn? There's something, this is like when we get to a new mountaintop and we have a new perspective. We can see it all. We get all the answers, you know. Seek and you shall find. The hermit goes into the woods to get away from the busyness, to really tune in and to really understand, you know, where he's been, where he's going. Which makes sense with such a, I feel like this is a big shift for you. The card on the bottom of the deck, last but not least, the Ace of Cups. So I think this is going to be a really positive thing for you. I think it's going to leave you with, I think it's going to be happier at the end of this transition. I think you're going to be renewed. You're going to be healed in a lot of ways. You're going to be able to love more, because as we're overcoming the fear, you know, it enables us to, because so much of love is fear. Like, you can't really have one without the other. But once you face your fear and you're freed from what's kind of holding you back, it's a new start for being able to feel love, receive love, give love, hold more love, feel more joy. So I feel like this is really, really positive. So if you're freaking out and panicking, it's okay. It's going to make sense. You just have to kind of, remember, push through. Kind of examine, what am I believing? What do I believe has power over me? What do I believe I need to deal with? Oh, I don't need to deal with it? Oh, okay, bye-bye. You know, like, what is this? What has power over you? Or what feels like an obligation? Or what feels like a story that you have to believe, or a belief system that, you know, question what is causing, or what could be behind some of this fear and this feeling powerless, not being able to really move freely. And, you know, the message is keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting. Things are developing, things are growing. This is just a really important time right now to release, and then to get to step into your new future. So I hope this helped. I hope this made sense. If anyone would like a private reading, you know, private readings are much more in-depth than this. I have a half hour and a full hour. So I recommend the full hour because this goes quick. But yeah, you can email me at tara@tarastarot, and leave your comments. I love hearing how this kind of is relating to everyone. And yeah, I hope you have a great August. You're going to be so much better off as you move through these things, and it's meant to happen. You're not going crazy if you do feel some of these heavier energies. It's just because I think things are shifting, and this is kind of a catalyst. You know, conflict is a catalyst. I think this is all a catalyst for you to get kind of rerouted on an awesome, better direction. So hope you guys have a great August, and I'll see you next month. Bye!